Hi. Um, I just finished listening to Confessions by Kanai Minato. Oh my god. That book, it was only like 6 hours long and I was listening to it like 1.6 times speed. It's crazy. Okay, it's so messed up. And it's so mind blowing. Like everything that's happening and every choices the characters make, it was so mind blowing and messed up. But at the same time, it's like I know that people like this exist. Like now, people say that it's quite similar, just like it has same feeling as Secret History, and I agree in some way. But also, oh my god, that book was intense. The characters in the Secret History, as people would say, are not very likable. But what I found with Secret History is even though they're not unlikable, I did not hate them. Not really. Like, I wouldn't be like friends with them, and I wouldn't be like, but I also wouldn't be like mean to them or anything. Oh my god. But this book, the characters in this book are so messed up. I know they exist. I know people like that exist, but like the circumstances and how all these people all together are present in this like community, in this school, in this string of events, how they're all connected and they're all like messed up. It's like it's crazy to me. That part is the one that I'm like a little, yeah, this is fiction. But at the same time, those individual characters with, their nuances, their choices, their personalities, their backgrounds, all that, all those are real and all those happen and all those they exist in this world and like it's just so messed up and crazy. And oh my god, I definitely find this book so it's not a very pleasant book to read, I would say, but I didn't hate it. I hated the characters, but that doesn't mean that the whole story is like I hate it, but it's like it's all the worst parts of humanity in one book, I feel like. And it reminds me a lot of Battle Royale, and that one too was written by a Japanese author that was originally in Japanese. It's like all of these human nature things that we're capable of, that we can do, they all start coming up and, people start doing it. I'm just like, oh God, oh God. It was definitely mind blowing. It's not a very it's not at all a positive read. We're discovering, what happened, all the events, and like the consequences of those events and the consequences of the choices that people make and how those affected other people and how just the worst in people come out because of all those things. It's crazy to me. So, oh my god. So that's the first book that I finished this week. That was great. So I would definitely rate. So I will definitely rate Confessions by Kane Minato a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm taking a point 0.5 because it's not a pleasant read at all. None of these characters are likable at all or redeemable at all. Yeah, still like the writing is like it was pretty weird at first because I didn't know the format. It was pretty weird. It's like the teacher was having a monologue and it's like different perspectives each chapter and you're learning the story from their perspective. So it's going back and forth and just really clearing up everything, well, most things within the events and in the events and just their thought process and how they came to their choices and how things fell into place. So that was such a fun thing to read about. But yeah, that's my first book of the week, I guess. Confessions. Crazy. So now I'm going to be reading Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. I hope that it's going to be a really fast read too. I think so. Yeah. I'll read you guys later. Hello. Um, I just finished Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this book, but overall, I really enjoyed it. I loved the world. I loved just the fantasy world aspect of it, and I enjoyed the friendship, of course, and I enjoyed the relationships. I think though, the relationships, because this is like it's a one part book. Some of the relationships were not so explored. Like we didn't really get to see much of it. Like we didn't really get attached to some of the characters, but definitely more of the characters. I definitely most of the characters I did get attached to and like rooted for, and just very looking forward, and I'm very looking forward to their happy ending. So um, because this is a one book fantasy series, I feel like there's a lot more about the world and how it works that we don't understand. But at the same time, like, I get it. Like, I'm not really looking for answers. I feel like definitely it would have worked, but it would have been better. Like, I would definitely appreciate a lot if we got more of the fantasy world and how the world works and all of that, because it's very complex from what I've read in the book. So yeah, I just wanted more, just a little bit more, but even then, it's fine. I'm okay with it so far from what we know of the world. Because if we are going to dwell in every little thing about the world and how it works, it won't be a one book series. Or if it is, it's going to be like very drawn out. And the thing is, like, there's a lot of the world that even the main characters don't really know about. So, it's like the events are happening too fast for them to have or get a full understanding of, the world and the complexities of it. So, even though I would love to learn more about the world, if we end here, it's fine for me. Like, I think the main like focus of this story is the friendship and the relationships, and just forgiveness and going forward and understanding, and just the friendship and the different kinds of relationships that we also see in this book. So with that being said, I would definitely rate this a 4 stars. I really enjoyed reading this. It's a really good book. The main focus of the story, which is the friendship, definitely is like really, really great. So, and yeah, it's one of those very unique female kind of relationships too. So yeah, and there's a lot of representation here as well, which I definitely appreciated. So yeah, that's it for Sawkill Girls. I'm so glad that I finished this really fast, and I will definitely be moving on to my next read. I don't know if I'm going to start Anne of Green Gables or the 5th season, or maybe The Power. Probably The Power, because this is also very like a very feminist female power kind of book. So The Power is going to be a great read, I think. So yeah, I'll see you guys on my next update. Hello. Today is Saturday, the last day for these weekly reading vlog, and I just finished The Power by Naomi Alderman, and this is such a complex book. It feels like I'm reading a history book, or like parts of it is history and parts of it is fiction. Like, I know that I'm reading a fiction book, but at the same time it feels like I'm also reading a part of history. It's like historical fiction. Maybe that's exactly what I'm saying. Anyway, this is, as I said, it's so complicated and complex that I feel like, to help me really think about what I thought about this book, and to help me like really just solidify and just make my thoughts clear about this book and on this book, I need to read some analysis and discussions about this. Analyses and discussions about this. So, as for right now, what I can say is that it's definitely a book that will make you think. It opens this possibility of women being powerful and leading the world and being seen as very influential major forces in history. This is about, if you guys didn't know, this is about one day women started developing these powers that are only accessible to them, and it's terrifying, it's scary, and it changes the dynamic in this world, which is pretty much the world that we live in now. It's like a different take on it, where what if women became powerful? Like, literally, they have the power, and have the power. They have a kind of power that really just makes them, I don't know, just introduces them to the possibility of being superior, because we do live in a very patriarchal world, where men are seen as, they're the leaders, they're better than women for the most part. I mean, that's definitely changing now, but this book really introduces that, the opposite of that, in the extreme. Like, what if women were in power? What if women were viewed as, major historical forces and influential people and just powerful and you know, tables turning, and it really gives such a realistic, I feel like, take on it. At the same time, it really shows you both the good and the bad with it, and that's why it was so interesting and great to read. It really just makes you think about, how the world is shaped now according to the standards that we've had over the years, the mostly patriarchal standards that we have over the years all over the world, and how that could have shaped our society now and our world now, and how we view things, how we treat people, how we go about our lives. And it's just it's very hard. It's a kind of talk that's very hard to talk about because we're talking about ingrained things in people that we probably are not aware are ingrained from us from, experiences we have throughout history. And this book, I feel like, really explores the possibility of that changing, and how the little things kind of start becoming, a little bit more clear on how it became to that point, like our thoughts and our actions, the way we think, the way we act, just society in general. It's it's such a complicated book. It's like you're reading a history book, and you definitely need to analyze and to philosophize and to just really think and take a step back and see the world in different eyes and different sides, angles, and perspective. You probably didn't know that this even exists. So it's such a good book, really. That introduction to that world and the possibility of that world being, of that happening, of this happening. And it's just a great, I feel like, a great take on the reversal of roles and how that's really just going to affect everything we know and everything we've been doing and everything, just everything. So yeah, I will be reading more analysis and discussions about this book to just really solidify my thoughts on it and just make things like everything clearer. I definitely will have to take notes down because this is such a good book. I highly recommend for you guys to read this. I don't know how to rate it yet, but definitely around the 4 or 5 stars. It's really good. I feel like it's the kind of book where you don't really need to rate it. It's a book that I feel like everyone should read, whether you're a man or a woman. It will make you think. So yeah, that's it for right now. I probably won't be updating you guys anytime after this. Because it's already like 8:30, I think. Hey Google, what time is it?
8:14.
8:14. So it's 8:14. So I probably will not be updating you guys for this day again. So I am planning on reading the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I think this is like 400 something pages. This is 400 something pages too. Oh no, 380 pages. This is about 450, 400. Yeah, around that 470 pages. So it's gonna be very long, but the font is bigger. Oh no, it's about the same. So I don't know. Let's see if this is a book that will make me binge read it a little bit more. But yeah, that is it for this week. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have some thoughts and opinions about the books that I've read as well, tell them below and tell me about your opinions on my opinions about this book, if you agree or disagree, and if you're planning on reading these books as well, and what you're looking forward to reading about it, and looking forward to just reading about it. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. You can check out some of my other videos right here, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.